Hi, I'm Mary Beth, and I'd like to just talk to you a little bit today about the phrase, I cannot imagine. I'm sure if you've been widowed, you've had someone say to you, I cannot imagine what you're going through. I know that happened with me after Bob, my husband of 39 years, passed away. Sympathetic people remarked to me, I cannot imagine what you're going through. I knew they meant well, but after hearing this so often and from so many people, I began to really feel isolated. I already felt dreadfully alone without Bob, but after their comments, I felt like I was an entirely different category of people, one with whom others did not want to or chose not to relate to. Inwardly, I cried, would you just please, for one moment, try to imagine what I'm going through? But who wants to imagine that sort of pain if they don't have to? I can empathize because before Bob became ill, he and I never discussed what we would do should one of us die. We were both healthy and strong, so we didn't have to think about that right now, right? We would look into each other's eyes and whisper, I just don't know what I'd do without you. And then one of us would change the subject and we would just hold each other tighter. We just couldn't imagine. But after Bob died, I could no longer ignore the glaring realities of widowhood. They left nothing to my imagination. They hit me in the face every day as I learned to accomplish tasks that Bob always did. And every night when I climbed into my empty bed, it was painfully real. I knew that Isaiah 54:5 said that my maker was now my husband, but God couldn't hug me or fix my car. Yet, because Jesus really was my only hope, I leaned on him harder than I ever had before. Even so, I could not possibly imagine how I could begin to experience God's love in brand new ways. One night, I was awake about 1:30 in the morning. I stumbled out into my kitchen and I hung under the edge of the stove. And I cried out to God at the top of my lungs. I said, oh God, you said you would be my husband. I need you now. I am so lonely. I need you to comfort me. I need you to be my husband. And no sooner had those words left my mouth than my phone rang. It was my 91-year-old mother calling me at 1:30 in the morning from several states away. I said, Mom, are you okay? And she said, am I okay? Are you okay? The Holy Spirit woke me up and said, call Mary Beth right now. So I did. I knew that God was showing me his love as my husband. I told her all about my grief and loneliness, and my dear mother listened and prayed for me as nobody else in the whole world could. I felt deeply comforted. So now, in this period between saying goodbye to Bob on this earth and hello to him in heaven, I can only imagine the incomprehensible joys that Bob is experiencing around the throne of God right now. And I know that someday I will join him around that very same throne. That's why 1 Corinthians 2:9 in the Passion Translation says, things never discovered or heard of before, things beyond our imagination. These are the many things God has in store for all his lovers. I just cannot imagine what God has for Bob right now. And until it's my turn to go to be with Jesus, I can only imagine what's in store for me too. God bless you.